Hey guys, welcome back to City Center Church Online. My name is Brittany.
And I'm Christian. If you're joining us from last week, we're super excited to have you back. Thank you so much. But if this is your first time, we're even more excited to have you here.
Yeah, absolutely. And hey, we want to know who's online with us and who's gathered with us. So hey, write your name and where you're from in the comment section and tell us what you've been doing this week. I know I've been pretty bored in isolation at our house. Christian, what are you doing back in the guest room?
Hey, I'm doing a lot of work, I'm doing a lot of school, and I'm playing a lot of guitar.
Oh, that sounds nice. I've just been watching Netflix and trying not to get too bored there. So it sounds like you're more productive than I am.
Hey, I could use a little bit of Netflix in my life.
Yeah.
This is definitely the time to get caught up on everything that they have available.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, Ray is going to give us the next step to finding freedom from fear. But if you want to follow us on social media, please follow us at Our City Center on Facebook and Instagram to get connected with us. Now we're going to transition into Ray giving us our next step.
Hi, my name is Raymond Hudson.
And I'm Rachel Hudson.
And we are a wonderful couple, mixed. We love each other. And we are getting ready to plant a church in one of the coolest cities in California, Berkeley, California. Man, we're so excited for all that's in store. We want to tell you just a little bit about our family. And so my wife will talk about kind of our kids. And
we have 4 kids. We have a 9-year-old Gabriella, Zeke, who's 7, Bella, who's 5, and Leo, who just turned 1 and is walking like a crazy man. He's our newest addition.
Yeah. One of the things that we're excited about with planning a church here in Berkeley is getting other families together. We love kids, we love families, we love just people and just the excitement that comes around unifying and belonging. And for us, we feel called to this city, Berkeley, to help people like us who've gone through circumstances like us, similar or in different circumstances, but to then generate questions, not to create an environment where we're saying we're better than you or we think we have all the right answers, but what if we could facilitate an environment where questions that you have, things that you're going through, loss that you've gone through, man, can we create an environment where you can ask questions, where you can have support, where we can be relationally connected in such a way that when you go through something, our family's there, and when we go through something, your family's there. As we've gotten older and even come into like a city like Berkeley, it causes you to even rethink what church should look like. Is it applicable? Is it something that could really transform and impact someone's life? And so, one of our desires is, man, how do we create an atmosphere and a community of people that can experience what we've experienced in a non-confrontational way, that they could really, through relationship and through family and friends, that we can open up dialogue about faith in such a way to where it doesn't seem, outside of, what you would want or what we would want, but where we create an environment where, we can sit with people who don't know who God is and have a conversation that could lead to something more, something better, a place where, maybe family, that there's issues in family, that those issues can be helped. Whatever problems or difficulties or challenges we're going through in life, what if we could create an environment to where you're not doing it alone, you're not doing it by yourself. We feel like that, man, that's for us a great call that we have to create a church that looks like nothing you've ever seen before.
Hi, my name is Raymond Hudson. If we haven't had the opportunity to meet, I want to welcome you to City Center Online. Man, we're so glad that you are here with us today. We want to talk about this idea of fear. And so we started these conversations last week where we talked about how fear can control our emotions. But we believe this, that when fear left unchecked, we believe that it can actually cripple and control your emotions in your mind. But this is the cool thing. We believe that you can overcome fear with having the right things. And so last week we discussed this idea of freedom, steps to finding freedom from fear. I believe that everyone in this room, everyone sitting at your house right now, everyone that's on the couch, we all desire to have freedom from fear. And so last week we talked about this idea of, man, being prepared for whatever thing is thrown your way. And so when we talked about this idea of being free from fear by being prepared for whatever things get thrown your way, we talked about 3 specific things. And so thing number 1 was this: don't do life alone.
There are so many times when we're going through different things in life where we're doing life by ourselves. But we believe that, man, when you do life with other people, man, you can find and be prepared to have freedom from fear. The second thing was this, to do it with the right people. I don't know about you, but there's times in our lives when we have the wrong people with us. We have the wrong people that are giving us wisdom and guidance. But we believe that, man, when you're being prepared to get freedom from fear, it's having the right people with you. And then the third one is this, that you depend on something that's bigger than your fear. I don't know about you, but there are so many times in my life when there are things that come up that seem so big and so large. But as a church family, we believe that when you find something that's bigger than your fear, man, you can find freedom from it. As we were talking about just everything that's going on in our world right now, we were discussing this idea of, man, why are we having these types of conversations? Like, what is important about this idea of, man, being free from fear? And it's this thought right here, because I believe that no one wants to live in fear. Because when you live in fear, it causes anxiety and it causes to cripple you emotionally. So it starts with this. It starts with being prepared. And so we know that, man, preparation looks like, man, don't do it alone. Do it with the right people and find something that's bigger than your fear. But secondly, as I was thinking, and I'm like, man, like what can help us to find freedom from fear? It's when we actually find inner peace. Inner peace. And so as you think about this idea of inner peace, it's, man, what truly is inner peace and what makes that capable of helping us to find freedom from fear? And so I want you to do this. I want you to write in the comments below, how do you find inner peace? Write that in the comments. We have some team members that are going to interact with you, but how do you find inner peace in your life? So I was researching, and I found a bunch of benefits to finding freedom from fear when it comes to inner peace. And so this is what they said. They said, here are 10 benefits to finding freedom from fear with looking at this idea of inner peace. Number one, increased intelligence. Man, they said that when you find inner peace, it actually gives you the benefit of increased intelligence. Number two, it actually rewires your brain for positive feedback loops. So that's number two. Number three, you can grow your compassion muscle. I love this one, that when you find people who are truly peaceful, they're actually using their compassion muscles to make other things better. And I don't know about you, but there's so much going on in our world right now that we need more people who are flexing that compassion muscle. Number two, you're actually more happy. I don't know about you, but I desire to be happy. I want to have joy in my life. And so when you have found inner peace, you're actually more happy. The next one is it's protection against age-related mental decline. These are scientifically proven that when you find inner peace, you actually have the ability to protect yourself against age-related mental decline. The next one is improved digestion. After that, increased focus and memory. The next one is enhanced immune function, improved mental health. And the last one is this, your thoughts create your reality. Man, these are all scientifically proven reasons why people search after inner peace. And so I asked this question earlier, how do you find inner peace? What do you do within your life to find this thing called peace? And so some of you guys wrote this. Tracy said this, man, in order for me to find inner peace, I find it when I'm moving, when I don't just sit around. I find it when I do the things that I'm most passionate about. I find it when I learn to say no to things that are not within my passion window and being outside. I love the outside. I love to walk and to run. Anyone else? Go ahead and comment below if you do. But I love to be outside with our dog and take my kids out. And so that's another way that people find peace. Brittany said this, reading. Man, reading helps her to find inner peace. Exercising and meditating. Man, these are things that help her to find inner peace. And then Artie said this, man, I love music. How many of you guys like music? Go ahead and comment below. Artie loved music and working out. And so that's something that gives him inner peace. And then Valerie said this, listening to music. And then this is for sure for ladies, but man, someone allowing them to share what their feelings are. And so as we look at this topic of finding freedom from fear, man, this idea of finding inner peace is so important. But although people search for inner peace in many different ways, we're all searching. If you're listening in right now, there are things that are going on in your life where you're searching for peace that can help you through any of life's circumstances and situations. It's not about what you find peace in. I believe that true inner peace is about who you find peace in. If you would go with me here in Philippians 4:7, if you don't have a Bible or you're new to the Word, it says this in Philippians 4:7, "And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." I'm going to read it again. Philippians 4:7 says, "And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." I believe that we've all tried many things to find peace. Many things. We talked about it already. If it's hiking, if it's reading, if it's in relationships, if it's in people, like we're all searching for inner peace. But in the midst of trying all of these things, in the midst of using things to give you this idea of inner peace, I would wonder if anyone's ever tried God. Maybe you're out there right now and you've been searching and looking for peace in so many different things. But I believe that true peace is actually found in a person. And the psalmist really understood this. And so in Psalms 23, we have this man named David. And he writes this psalm in the middle of a wilderness, or let's say in the middle of a storm where he's being chased. And he is declaring that God is the one that gives him true inner peace. God is the one that truly gives him inner peace. And so when we look at that, I want to look at this passage here, and it's found in Psalms 23. And this is what David says. He says, "The Lord is my shepherd. I have all that I need." I don't know about you, but when we're going through the storms of life and we're searching and desiring and looking for peace, man, we're searching for something that can give us all that we need. And so David would encourage us that there's a God that actually can give us all that we need. And then he goes on to say, he lets us rest. Man, you'll find this a lot, that when you are fearful or you're dealing with anxiety, it's hard to sleep. But David is showing us that there's a God, a person who lets us rest. Maybe you're listening to this today and you haven't rested in a long time. Believe that God can actually give you rest. And then he goes on, he rests in green meadows. He leads me beside peaceful. Go ahead and write that in the comments. Peaceful. He leads us along beside peaceful streams. It goes on, he renews my strength. He guides me along the right paths, bringing honor to his name. As we're looking at and searching after peace, this inner peace that helps us to find freedom from fear, man, we need a God that can give us what we need and can offer us rest and can give us peace and can renew our strength. And so the psalmist will go on and say, even when I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid. I think it's so amazing that as David is speaking about finding peace from the one he calls God, who he's serving, he says, it doesn't say that I'm not afraid because I'm not going through anything. He says, I'm not afraid because you're with me. So when I'm going through the darkest valley, maybe you're in the darkest valley right now. Maybe you feel like you're in a hole and you're struggling right now. Man, comment below because we want to be there for you. We want to encourage you. But maybe you're walking through the darkest valley. He goes on to say, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. You are close beside me. I believe that there's a God who desires to be close to you. No matter where in the world you're listening to what we're talking about right now, there's a God that wants to be close to you. And maybe you've not tried God. Maybe you've tried many things to find peace in your life. I believe what the psalmist is saying is what we all need, that we need a God who's close and can give us peace no matter what we're going through. He says, your rod and your staff, they protect and comfort me. It goes on, you prepare a feast for me in the presence of my enemies. I believe that when you find inner peace, you're finding steps to finding freedom from fear. I believe you're here and listening today because you're struggling and you're dealing with so much, and you're desiring with everything within you to find freedom from fear, and you're searching for peace in so many different things. But we believe the best way to find peace is through God. And so the benefits of inner peace that comes from God is this, that when things are out of control, God's in control. I want someone to go ahead and put that in the comments, in control. When things in our lives, if we'd add that, when things in our lives, circumstances and situations are out of our control, man, the benefit of finding peace from our God is that He's in control when everything seems out of control. Maybe you're listening in right now and everything in your world seems out of control. Maybe this epidemic has you, or pandemic has you struggling and feeling alone, feeling like you're going through this by yourself. I believe that when you find this peace like David had, which was a God who walks with us and gives us strength and comforts us and walks with us. Man, when you find a God like that, when everything feels like it's out of control, when you feel like there's nothing that can help you, when you feel like you've been searching for peace over and over and over and over again. You've searched everywhere. You've searched in friends. You've searched in hiking. You've searched in travel. You've searched in money. You've searched in relationships. You've searched, and everything leaves you with not enough. Man, when you give everything you are to God and allow Him to walk with you through the storms of life, no matter what you're going through, no matter what fear is welling up inside of you, you can find freedom from fear when you find that inner peace that only comes from God. The next few moments, we're going to have Brittany come up, and she's going to walk you through our next steps. But I want to encourage you that many of you have different next steps, but some of you, your next step is, man, you just need to try Jesus. And I'll tell you this, that, man, give Him a chance, and He will surprise you. He will be with you when no one else will.
Wow, guys, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed what Ray had to say about finding peace in this super tumultuous time. I know for me personally, I feel nothing but not peaceful staying at home. And so I feel really encouraged knowing that, we can try to find peace in reading or going outside or watching Netflix, but really, truly, the only way we'll actually find peace is through Jesus. So I'm super glad to hear that, and I hope you are too. So listen, we have some next steps for you guys. If you are interested in learning more about City Center Church, or if you want to know more about Jesus, or you just want to find help finding your next step, we as City Center Church want to partner with you. So hey, text connectcard, no spaces, one word, to 31996 to get more information. We'll send you a link that you can fill out and get more information to us, and we'll reach out to you to get you connected. Next week at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, we're going to have a dinner party through Zoom. So Zoom is a virtual platform where you can connect with us, you can connect with Ray, talk about the message, talk about what's going on in your life, or just get some human interaction as we're all sitting at home. It'll be a really fun time, and we hope to see you guys there. If you feel like your next step is to get connected with Jesus and learn more about Jesus, we want to partner with you doing that as well. Ray talked a whole lot about what Jesus can do for you and provide for you, and how David trusted in him. And even though he was scared, Jesus let him rest and gave him the faith to move through. And if you want that in your life, please fill out the Connect card. We'll get connected with you and tell you how you can do that. If you are ready to give and help us with our mission to help the city and our world around us, please visit ourcitycenter.com/give. And please just know that your generosity helps us to fulfill missions that we have to spread the word of Jesus and to just build community all around our world. And we thank you for participating in that as well. Hey, today, after our service, once we're done here, we're going to have an after party. So if you're interested in just talking more with our team, talking to Ray, we're going to stay here on our Facebook Live and just talk with each other and chat. If you have any kind of questions about what we talked about today, just plug them in there on the comment card, on the comment section, and we'll be able to reach out to you. We're super excited to get to know you. And hope to see you there. If not, we're going to do this again next week. So meet us at Saturday night, 8 p.m., or Sunday morning at 10:15, and we'll learn more about finding freedom from fear. Have a good one.